Hello, welcome. Wanted to talk about a really cool new tool. At least it's new to me. It looked like it just came out. I'm pretty familiar with the Rightscale and the platform and all the wonderful research and tools that Rightscale puts out. So this one here is actually very useful. So for me, one of the challenges as a cloud architect is trying to know what the speeds and feeds are quickly without having to dig into this and dig into that. And, customer wants to know what's the max CPUs, right? Well, you can remember so much, like if you deal with Amazon all the time, it's pretty easy to remember that. But what about if you don't know Google or SoftLayer or Azure? So, for example, you get a side-by-side comparison here. This is pretty cool. And what I like, too, is it really, if you look at the tool, and the link is in the bottom of the description, you'll see that there's just so much here. I mean, it's more than what you would ever expect. So like SLA terms. So this is actually pretty cool, where it actually, you can compare like SLA credits, like if there's any kind of an outage or, degradation in service, tells you the max credit. Compliance. Well, here's a real pleasant area to deal with as well, right? How do you deal with compliance? Do you want to know if your cloud that you're looking at is HIPAA compliant? And most providers, HIPAA isn't going to be a problem to worry about. But again, what about FedRAMP? If you're in the government sector, this might be of interest. Again, Google does not support FedRAMP requirements yet. And you could see, for example, MPAA is not supported by SoftLayer, nor is IRAP. Now, if you go down here to operating systems, let's say your customer has been running a specific machine image and you want to know if it's supported or not. Regions, you can compare services and capabilities between regions. For example, let's say North America in this case. So, for example, if you look here, you can see, does Amazon have support? Do they have regions in North America? Again, you can see that everybody does. And if you look at all the regions, really the only weak point is Google. Google does not have any South American footprint as of yet. Then you go over here to countries. You could narrow it down to countries as well. So like US East. Again, it compares you to compares it to you in your own view. Like, for example, East Coast, Virginia, Ohio, South Carolina and Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Azure, again, has a footprint. This is actually pretty cool. I'm glad they thought of this for all our government friends. It gives you a nice, easy view of GovCloud over here as well. Now, what about services, core services like auto-scale? And that's a big deal as well. Bare metal capability for your, AMIs, VMs. Network services. Storage services. Again, compares all that. What about databases? So this is actually one of the areas where there's significant differentiation. So you can just look at this right away without having to go to 4 different websites or 3 or 2, whatever, situation you're in for comparison purposes, and just pull it right up. So, and again, they've got the links and you go right over to that service. So that again is very convenient. So Bravo Zulu to Rightscale for this tool. And if you're in the Navy, you know exactly what that means. As far as non-relational databases, again, they all support some version of that. Additional services like caching, data warehousing, on and on. So pretty good comparison. Now here, application services, again, this is a big differentiator between some of the clouds. So security as well, a big differentiator. You could see just by looking, Google is pretty weak in security capabilities, as well. Azure's got some limitations as well. So again, if you're looking for certificate management or a dedicated HSM, again, you're definitely not going to be probably looking at GCP or Azure in that case. Security assessment. This is actually pretty cool as well. Again, some have pretty robust capabilities around security as well. So again, this is a good tool. And also, too, you go ahead and select this. So if you want to send this link to your customer, your boss, your neighbor, I don't know, whoever, or save this for like an RFI, RFP, so that it can be referenced, you can do that as well. So again, another cool tool by Rightscale. Thank you, Rightscale. I'll put the link down the bottom. Have a great day.